Raymond Clifford Barr, a 33-year-old of 2914 North Williamson Drive in Warsaw, is charged with child seduction, a level 5 felony, as well as contributing to the delinquency of a minor. According to the probable cause affidavit on February 29th, the Department of Child Services contacted a Kosciuszko County Sheriff's Office detective in reference to alleged sexual abuse that Barr had committed against a minor. On February 29th, the minor completed a forensic interview at the Elkhart County Cap Center and reported they grew close to Barr emotionally. The minor said Barr touched them inappropriately and the sexual contact escalated. Barr initially denied a sexual relationship with that minor and said they held hands a couple times and the minor kissed him. Barr said discussing leaving together. The Chomo later recanted his story and told the truth and stated for the first time that they had sex. It was in December, and he estimated they had it probably about 4 or 5 times. He was then booked into the county jail at 3:43 p.m. Friday on a $10,250 preliminary bond. Should have been a lot more than that, but anyways. See ya, Chomo! Mesa County, Colorado. A Montrose man is facing several child sex charges in Mesa County. This is 37-year-old Matthew Dunham. He was arrested Saturday on a warrant. The Mesa County Sheriff's Office believes that Dunham here committed unlawful sexual and physical acts with minors between January of 2018 and July of 23 in Mesa County. Dunham is being held in the Mesa County Detention Facility on a $250,000 bond, facing 16 charges of sexual assault on a child and 2 counts of child abuse. And we'll head down to Texas for this one. A man's been arrested for allegedly possessing child sexual abuse materials. The Bowie County Sheriff's Office got a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children about an image of apparent child sexual abuse material. A subpoena was then issued to determine that information on a device used to download that image. It led investigators to this Chomo, Nicholas Andrew Wiltshire. A second tip from NICMEC led to the discovery of hundreds of images and dozens of videos depicting child sexual abuse material, just like they thought, downloaded by the same Chomo. Here he is. Nicholas Andrew Wiltshire, the Chomo. See ya, Chomo. You talk about an evil and sick woman. This lady's from Grove. She was charged with sexually and physically abusing 3 teens, and she appeared in the Cherokee Nation Criminal Court on Monday for the continuation of her arraignment hearing. This is 38-year-old Crystal Lynn Smith. She's charged in Cherokee National Criminal Court with 2 counts of child sexual abuse, 2 counts of child abuse, assault, and battery. She's being held in the Delaware County Jail on $50,000 bail. Though her attorney David Ball, Smith has denied the allegations. Smith's case was before Judge Janice Purcell at the Cherokee Nation's Annex Courthouse located in Jay. Smith is accused of sexually abusing the teens, aged 17 and 15, on December 13th of last year, according to the Cherokee Nation criminal records. Also on the same date, she is accused of withholding food from another teenage girl and a 13-year-old boy and pulling the 15-year-old's hair and preventing her from taking baths. She's also accused of hitting another person with a metal spoon. Must have been a big one. Smith has had a history of drug and alcohol convictions where she received a deferred sentence, and she was required to pay a fine for transporting an open container of beer. I can just see her now, silver spoon in one hand, beer in the other, beating up on teenagers and sexually abusing them. Crazy. Well, she's supposed to return to court on July 9th for a pretrial hearing. Jesus. Another Chomette. Illinois. A Mattoon man has been arrested accused of sexually assaulting a child over the course of 5 years. This is 52-year-old James A. Lyons. He was arrested Sunday just before 5 p.m. for criminal sexual assault of a minor. Mattoon police said Lyons sexually assaulted a girl between 2017 and 2022 when she was well under the age of 16. Lyons was taken to the Coles County Safety and Detention Center. Nothing safe about it for a chomo. He was ordered to be detained by a judge at the jail there, Coles County. You know, Coles County, you got a chomo on your hands. See ya, chomo. Wisconsin. A Wausau man accused of committing child sex crimes when he was already listed on the state sex offender registry has entered a not guilty plea to new counts. This is Daniel Garrity. He entered the plea on Monday. He's accused of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl on multiple occasions by showering with the victim and touching her inappropriately on multiple occasions. Garrity was already on the state sex offender registry for a 2014 incident that landed him a deferred sentence. Come on, people. Deferred? Really? You're just going to take and not give him any jail time and hope he doesn't do it again, right? Well, that just doesn't happen with these guys. Once a cockroach, always a cockroach. So what happened here, when he didn't comply with the terms of the deferral, he was placed on probation and given a stay on the sex offender registry. Seriously, so that's twice now. Well, here he is again. Charges against him carry a combined maximum sentence of more than 120 years in prison this time. Maybe he might get 10, right? The sides will return to court on April 3rd for a scheduled conference and a bond hearing. Yeah, because he's out on bond. And it's only $2,500. But he's requested adjustments to the conditions. That trial has not yet been scheduled. Go figure. What the hell is wrong with our judicial system? You talk about an evil and sick woman. This lady's from Grove. She was charged with sexually and physically abusing 3 teens, and she appeared in the Cherokee Nation Criminal Court on Monday for the continuation of her arraignment hearing. This is 38-year-old Crystal Lynn Smith. She's charged in Cherokee National Criminal Court with 2 counts of child sexual abuse, 2 counts of child abuse, assault, and battery. She's being held in the Delaware County Jail on $50,000 bail. Though her attorney David Ball, Smith has denied the allegations. Smith's case was before Judge Janice Purcell at the Cherokee Nation's Annex Courthouse located in Jay. Smith is accused of sexually abusing the teens, aged 17 and 15, on December 13th of last year, according to the Cherokee Nation criminal records. Also on the same date, she is accused of withholding food from another teenage girl and a 13-year-old boy and pulling the 15-year-old's hair and preventing her from taking baths. She's also accused of hitting another person with a metal spoon. Must have been a big one. Smith has had a history of drug and alcohol convictions where she received a deferred sentence, and she was required to pay a fine for transporting an open container of beer. I can just see her now, silver spoon in one hand, beer in the other, beating up on teenagers and sexually abusing them. Crazy. Well, she's supposed to return to court on July 9th for a pretrial hearing. Jesus. Another chomette. Testimony is set to begin Tuesday in the trial of a Waco chomo. He's charged with sexually abusing a 3-year-old girl back in April of 2018. This is Michael Ray Guajardo, a 32-year-old. He's on trial in Waco's 54 State District Court on aggravated sexual assault of a child and indecency with a child by contact. The child told her mom Guajardo touched her inappropriately when her mother was helping her use the bathroom. She started complaining that she was in pain and told her, "Michael touched me." The girl also repeated the allegations during a forensic interview at the Advocacy Center for Crime Victims and Children. That's according to the arrest records. While the girl's statements about the alleged abuse were consistent, officers reported that Guajardo was inconsistent in a lot of the information that he had provided. If convicted, Guajardo, who remains free on bond, I don't know why, faces from 25 years in prison up to life. on the first charge and from 2 years to 20 years in prison on the indecency count. Because the child was younger than 6, the minimum prison term on the aggravated count is increased from 5 years to 25 years. A Mississippi woman has been arrested after reportedly sending and receiving pictures of a sexual nature with a 16-year-old boy. Let's see. This happened in Calhoun County. The sheriff's office arrested Rachel Rock. What a name. Rock was charged with enticement of a child to meet for sexual purposes. Officials say Rock used the app Snapchat, sounds familiar, to send and receive photos of a sexual nature to that child. This case remains under investigation by the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. And when more information becomes available, you can be sure to find it here first on the Sex Offender Hit List. See ya, Chomette! "61-year-old John Cutter was arrested on March 8th of this year, accused of video voyeurism at Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, John here is already a convicted sex offender. This chomo went in the bathroom using fake car key fobs and had a small camera on him to video record the little boys on February 24th. While the boys were in the stall, their father was in there and he saw a hand and a car fob go under the stall for a few seconds. The father confronted John as he walked out of a neighboring stall, but John denied everything and just walked away. The father notified police, and after a nearly 2-week investigation, cops executed a search warrant at John's home. Police say they found videos of boys using the restroom at the Bojangles Coliseum, including the private parts of those young boys. John was subsequently arrested and charged with secret peeping. Never heard of that one, but it's always something new. John was convicted of child sexual crimes years ago and was put on the sex offender registry. The news article doesn't say it, but you can guarantee the police have an active investigation going on and will definitely find more victims of this sick individual. Checkmate, chomo. Let's head up to Dover, Delaware. The police department has announced the arrest of the owner of Legends Elite. It's a gymnastics place in Dover. Got him on multiple charges, including sexual abuse of a child and 4th-degree rape. According to the Dover Police Department, Thomas Keaton, 31-year-old of Dover, turned himself into authorities Monday for charges stemming from a sexual relationship he allegedly had with a 16-year-old employee and athlete. Police say they were first contacted about the relationship in February, and that their investigation revealed Keaton had engaged in sexual contact with the girl between February of 23 and March of 23. Police obtained warrants for Keaton on March 11th, and he was taken into Sussex Correctional Institution on a $121,000 cash-only bail on the following charges: sexual abuse of a child by a person of trust, 1st degree, 5 times; rape, 4th degree, 3 times; sexual solicitation of a child under 18, unlawful sexual contact, 2nd degree. See ya, chomo. On March 6th of 24, detectives from the Shelbyville Police Department conducted an undercover operation to apprehend this sad-looking chomo over here. This is 26-year-old Robert Austin Moorman, who allegedly arranged to meet a 13-year-old juvenile female for sex. And while attempting to take Moorman into custody, he fled the area in his car, almost striking detectives. On Monday, March 11th, the Shelbyville Police Department, with assistance from the Coffee County Sheriff's Department, took Moorman into custody. Moorman was charged with solicitation of a minor, attempted aggravated statutory rape, aggravated assault, and evading arrest by motor vehicle, and driving on a revoked 8th offense. Look at this no driver's license having chomo over here. It's kind of ugly too, ain't he? See ya, chomo. And of course, the kind you would never expect. A female teacher. Yep, well, it's a former teacher now in the Bakersfield School District. She's been sentenced to 5 years probation. Yeah, they took it easy on her. Why, I have no idea. She pled guilty to 2 counts of having sexual relations with a student. The sentencing of 30-year-old Victoria Nicole Fowler of Caulfield was handed down in Howell Circuit Court there Friday, following a plea agreement. Fowler will also have to register as a sex offender, surrender her teaching license, and cannot have unsupervised contact with children other than her own. She probably has a few. I mean, look at her. Fowler admitted to having sex with the student on 3 separate occasions on property in Howell County. She also sent the 16-year-old victim nude photos of herself. The victim told investigators they had relations probably about 15 times. Fowler left the Bakersfield district at the end of the 2023-24 year and was hired at the Letty School District, where she was fired when school officials became aware that she was a chomette. A 61-year-old male suspect from Wisconsin has been officially charged with 10 counts of possessing child sexual abuse material following his appearance at a bail hearing Monday afternoon in Manitowoc County Circuit Court. This is Roy Allen LeClaire, who did not provide an address to the court. He said his bail set at $10,000 cash and has also been charged with 2 counts of 4th-degree sexual assault of a child and exposing a child to harmful materials. The victim, recently interviewed at the Lakeshore Regional Advocacy Center in Saukville, said that in December of 22, LeClaire inappropriately touched her buttocks in the basement of his Manitowoc home. She added that LeClaire had photos and videos of her bending over while she was wearing a very short skirt. Police were called to LeClaire's home last month because he had allegedly been in possession of a tablet with over 200 images and videos containing child sexual abuse material. Conditions of his bail are that LeClaire has no contact with the victim or anyone under the age of 18, and that he does not possess any internet-enabled or communications device. He remains in the county jail with his initial appearance scheduled for March 18th because he couldn't afford the bail money. It's a very good thing. He doesn't need to be out on the streets. None of these chomos do.
Bryden, you're right. It's a step in the right direction.
I'm going to put you in the first team. Are we together or not together? Answer me.
We're together.
Stop it! You calm down! Stop!
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination Imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom. And whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?